Hello and welcome. Right, this is a tutorial, and I thought I can't really carry on with it anymore. Not. I'd love to. I really would. We really are. We've done very well, but I thought this was done as a tutorial, really as a guide to start from scratch, what to look forward to and what not. So I thought, well, I'm not going to just not, have a last session. I just wanted to sort of look back at what we've done, what we've achieved, and really why I personally think Start from Scratch is such a good start and much. No, it's different. It's different. I'm not going to say much better than New Farmer. They're both different. But I think obviously this gets glossed over a lot. And when people do finally have a right good go at it and understand it's completely different, a lot of people really are converted to be prefer Start from Scratches. But it's not. It is, as I sort of said a long time ago, it really isn't for. You've got to sort of have a good grip of the game to begin with. Or, well, I don't know, you learn by your mistakes, don't you, as well, really? So, again, psychoanalyzing or analyzing, what did I do right and what did I do wrong? Well, we've obviously expanded. We have, but what was the event in the Let's Play that actually caused us to get enough cash to actually. Now, although this has been a steady business, I've got to be honest, the honey has helped us enormously. That pumped us up a little bit. This was really, if you were to sort of say this was a big letdown for as a partner, as in like it was weak and slow. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad mod. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to have this as your sole thing, it really did let us down, and it didn't seem to pick up when we chose the second income stream. It was really quite poor. So again, this is me saying choose your partners well. But what was the event? Because this chugged along nicely, and we really did make very slow progress, but we did make progress. And it doesn't really matter as long as you are making progress. But the years did go on in this, but they did go quickly too. Yeah, we've played for 5 years. It always says one, no matter what. So 5 full years. But of course, in the early days, when we only had this one field, we zipped through the years like they'd gone because we just concentrated on our farm, which is my preferred thing. I don't faff around doing contracts and things like that. I wish to show the farm, what we did and how we got there. The how being probably one of the most important. So really, the things we did right, the honey, these by FSG Modding are absolutely amazing. The biggest honey things in the game, really far bigger than any of the others, and only five or 6,000 more for these found in the Red Barn Pack, I think, by FSG Modding. Brilliant. The pasta helped us a little, but we didn't really get our teeth into it in a good way. This is a good mod, it really is. So this is one I would advise. I perhaps should have done that, but what was the turning point? The sugar. Now, sugar was the very first. I actually did it on this very field the first time in this. We did sugarcane and we expanded and did through that field there. And there were crashes and all sorts of things with the first update in FS22. Yeah, because Giants didn't tell us. It was one of those sneaky, quiet ones. And it crashed my game and I lost an entire session, which is recorded. It's on YouTube for those who wish to have a look. But the turning point was definitely the sugar. Because again, we chose a good partner when we chose Farmer Jeb, my favourite mill of all mills. It really is an absolute beaut of a. No, I can't jump to that one. Equipment-wise, boy, did we do well. We really did. I mean, I've got to be honest, we did expand, and that was again through no. I'm trying to think of the right wording. This was a good partner. I keep saying that find a good partner. Your mods, this type of mod, your factories are your best friends. So find the good ones, discard the bad ones, because there are plenty of mediocre ones where the recipes are quite poor. So really, you've got to filter through and find those that are totally your best friends. Some of them are a little bit too good. This is a good, solid bit of a monster, but it's a specialist monster. So yeah, this is my favourite. I like the Omatana Factory too, but this was the turning point because it's processed all of that sugar very quickly, which meant we had a huge gush of money, which then meant we could buy this field, and that is a big field. We did, I think this was the sugar, was it originally? Yeah, it was. It was this monster that turned us around. Now, we didn't plant it, but we did sort of run with it, and it made us. We could then buy a big field here, and these fields are fairly expensive for the big, so I don't suppose they really are expensive. But so we, in the end, we did manage to do that, but it took us a long time to get there. In short, because of my mistake of picking a mod that I'd only played with a little bit. So choose your partners very well in a start from scratch, and you will do well. Again, if you're a content creator, you've got to really. Something I was sort of thinking about myself a few minutes ago about not always relying on exactly the same mod, because then you're not making it interesting for everybody. Sometimes you've got to start. If you're doing grass, you've got to start with. There's only a limited amount of stuff you can go. So sometimes the first few episodes can be a little bit boring because you've got to have that as your engine to get you money, to get you the mods that can then make the Let's Play a little more interesting. So yes, it took a long time to get there. We did eventually choose good partners, but we have come a long way. But we've got some sort of rudimentary. But to be honest, the next step would have been, had I have got more time, we would have done a better farmyard. We still have only got this one shed, and that's usually my fault because I'm always a little bit frugal with my start from scratches, and often, if you look at any of mine, the sheds sometimes I have placed them on the last episode on Rombos start from scratch, Rombos Road, which was terrible. It really was. But yeah, sometimes you've only got the money at the end. That's the skill you really need. You've got to be careful, and especially if you're playing on hard economy. I think it was this very Let's Play that I mentioned the fact that hard economy is the most lifelike economy of all of them. Normal, you get good growth, but it's not right. It's too easy, and easy is very, very easy. It's hard not to make progress. But again, if you're starting the game, then easy. I would start on easy if I was starting the game. And if you wanted to do your very first start from scratch, knock it to easy or normal. Go easy on yourself that first one, unless you're up for the challenge, because hard economy is challenging. The money that you would normally get a gush on easy, you'll get a trickle on hard economy. It's that thing, which then means your growth is bad. You're going to be hitting those things where you've got no money at all, and you've got to soldier on. So choose your tractors well. If you look on the sales, I don't know if FS25 is going to be sales or not. It's not always a feature that is continued in the FS series, so yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, in FS19, we didn't have the sales, but we did have a mod that was my best friend, which was the second-hand equipment mod. Now, it was absolutely amazing. You could buy a new tractor, but you could buy old, if that makes any sense. Second-hand equipment meant you could buy it, every single one you bought. You could buy this, go into the shop, and you could pay 2/3 of the price of the brand new tractor, and you'd get it, and it would look like someone had dragged it through a hedge backwards. There were scratches everywhere. That whoever had looked after them had not looked after them at all. They always needed a lot of repair, as in you got them battered and bruised. You needed to repair them always. Can't remember if you had to put fuel in them. I don't think you did, but it's sort of at the back of my mind. But what I'm saying is, with that, it made it just the same as the sales in FS22, and I like the sales. It introduces a random element to the game that you're not in control And then, of course, you can't always afford new equipment. So, yeah, it's one of those. The start from scratch is a real tester of you as a player. So, if you're up for the challenge of all starts, start from scratch is the one to go for. If you don't, if you want it to be easy and you just want to relax and chill, then don't don't go and start from scratch, because you'll be pulling your hair out at times, and you'll be. But it does challenge you as a player and teaches you to better use everything, to be a little bit more conservative rather than, because you can soon run out of money. Really, you make one mistake, buy one piece of equipment. Yeah, use your leasing a bit more. Yeah, a lot of times I used to always want to own. Now, frequently, I sort of think, but and especially there are certain things. I'll give you a proper example. Sugarcane. I love doing sugarcane. I've not done it in a while. It's because sugar beet tends to be a better crop. Giants have treated it well. Sugarcane, not so much. I personally love it. Always have done. But sugarcane, yeah, leasing. Sugar cane is one of those crops, one of the few crops in the games that you plant, seed, whatever you'd like to sort of say. You do it once. What is the point in having a sugarcane harvester unless, of course, you're going to plant multiple fields and you're going to just go into sugarcane? Because once you've planted it, it will be there for your entire Let's Play. So, again, this is one of those things that after years of playing with sugarcane, I thought, why am I buying this? Sometimes you get them in the sales. That's not necessarily a bad thing. And also, if you do want to do a second field, but as a rule of thumb, again, most rules have to be rules of thumb, not set in stone. The sugarcane planter really is one of those things you're better off to lease. You really don't need to own it. So, because it's just going to keep on growing, which is a beautiful crop. One of those really fantastic things that I absolutely do love about sugarcane. It is amazing. That alone makes it stupendous. So the things we did right, I'm not going to keep waffling on because I do realise your time is precious. Yeah, the things we did right, we did sort of choose with the tractors. If I look back at what I did with the equipment, I think we did almost every step well. Sometimes we hung on, we chose certain things at the right time, and we didn't choose things when we could have bought a piece of equipment that would have left us really quite short. But whenever we'd got a bit of cash and the right thing came, we got this beautiful thing, the header, the other one, and then we bought another header. We used the two of them. We got that beautiful bit of kit, that as well. Yeah, the stopic and the holes brand new. This little beaut as well for its narrows, because we didn't have a tractor that would do the narrows for a while. So equipment we did well. Had we have stayed, no, I think we didn't we? It's one of the last things we bought was the beat technology. Yeah, I mean that we actually bought that. I mean that was a beaut of a bit of kit. I really wish I'd got more time to actually do this. I would have gone to the end of this year, but it really is a tutorial, and I wanted to play it through, not to just give a quick thing, because I think seeing is believing. So where we got to, how we got there, is the evidence of how well we did the start from scratch start. Yeah, the evidence of the start from scratch start. Sorry, I had a coughing fit, so I had to stop the cameras for a few seconds. Yeah, the evidence of the start from scratch start. Anyone can give you a 10-minute tutorial and sort of tell you things. I'm a massive believer in scientific approach of actually showing you. As I said, not there were bad things I did as well, and these are things to sort of scratch. Sort of, this was not the best thing to go for, but it did chug along. It wasn't awful. I've had worse. It was okay, but that mediocrity meant that we didn't. These often actually gave us more money, the honey, than the actual thing itself. And when we went to the second income stream, it was almost like it didn't actually give us any more. It was quite amazing. Then, of course, we had issues with storage. Now, that's not down to me. That was both good and bad. But in the end, I thought we balanced it out well, and we had to sell our vegetables. That caused quite a bad thing for us as a start from scratcher. So but I always try and play that. I'm looking forward to FS25, and I will be keeping all settings on, including the being damaged by the wind and things like that, because I've got to be honest, I've thought for a long while that these are the elements that I've often played when a crop doesn't grow. I'll say, well, we had a weevil attack on the field, or something happened and we lost our crop. I like the fact that Giants have included that, because I've got to be honest, it's a brilliant game. I'm not knocking it. What I mean is I'm so glad that Giants have brought that element in. I mean, in real life, there's disease and all manner of things that can rip your crop to pieces. Bugs, weevils, as I said, really. Lots of different kind of parasites that can do damage to rear crops. So I'm glad they brought that in, and you will see that on my Let's Plays. I'm not going to switch it off. The same as I never switch crop destruction off unless I think I did it once when I had to do it for a reason, or if we don't want, because if you go and start from scratch and you play it properly, you will have crop destruction off, and you'll also have the ploughing, periodic ploughing. Yeah, usually it's that. Actually, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, sometimes the periodic plan I've switched off only for that. I don't think I've ever switched crop. Oh, I did. There was one time when we got to cross a field and I switched it off, and I said I was going to switch it off. Apart from that, it's always on. And if I go into the edge of a field, you'll see me damage it. You'll see it on lots of Let's Plays where I catch the edge of a field, and you will always see me damage it because it's always on. I'm trying to be a realistic farmer as best I possibly can to give you a proper Let's Play. Some of the bigger names don't do it as good as they are. As storytelling, I'm trying to play this as a farming simulator, which includes I get a bit more technical than some of the names as well, and I'm not having a go at them either. A lot of them are storytellers, so they're coming from a different angle. I'm coming at this from a gaming angle because I'm a geek and I'm an IT technician, IT engineer, so therefore I tend to be geeky, tend to be facts and figures about tractors and horsepower and all that type of stuff, which you'll either like or you'll hate. I'm literally going to be a Marmite character. People will either love it or they'll hate it. It is as simple as that. But I try to be realistic, and again, I think that's another element. I'm not going to carry on for much longer. But yeah, another element that the start from scratch truly brings to your thing, which is the periodic ploughing. The hard economy, if you can cope with it, it will take a bit of easing into. It is tough, but it's realistic. Remember, if you can sort of cope with the start from scratch and all the elements of that, you are playing this game almost like a real farmer, where you're against elements as best the game can sort of conjure up, apart from disease and things like that. You're facing the economic level that a normal farmer is pretty much doing. Obviously, the mods, the factories, they add a completely different element. If a farmer did do it, of course, yeah, they would be doing what we're doing too. So Giants have done a cracking job in bringing those in. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. I do wish I had got more time, but we are so running out of time now. We've literally less than a month, and I've got a couple of I've got combined counties to finish off. I've just finished Agro Soul, so this one, it was always a tutorial. I just wanted to literally finish where we sort of look how well we did do, sort of look back at what we achieved, look at the equipment that we did get in the end, which was quite a considerable flotilla of equipment. I mean, we did no, that is ours, isn't it? On this one, we actually did get a beautiful telehandler, didn't we? Or was that the shops one? Yeah, no, that's right, it was. Yeah, we've got the wheel loader and the front loader, but we did very well on that type of stuff on this. Tractors, very pleased with the tractors that we got. Yeah, 3 quite meaty tractors. And then our little Zeta that we bought in because of its narrows, of 2 harvesters. And one of the best things that we did do, which I would have loved to show, was that beautiful bee harvester. Absolutely amazing, by TN4799. So I would have loved to have shown using that, because we did half do some crops this last year. Had we gone to the end of this, we would have blossomed. This would be the year where you saw us as farmers really kick butt and make some cash. Really, even though we did last year and we expanded this year, that sugar beet, can you imagine? In fact, let's have a look. Yeah, that's 2.78, but there's a lot of spare land on that one. It's almost double, you could say, because there's I don't know if it includes the spare land as that or whether it doesn't. Yeah, but this is a bigger field by quite some, so that would have been, I would say, probably 1.5 to 2 mil liters of sugar beet that would have made us a fortune, because the farmer Jeb can rip through that after a couple of months and it would give us a lot of cash. So yeah, sugar is a good one. It really is steady. It's not like oil, but then oil tends to be more frugal on what you get from it. So therefore, although it's a better, more rich crop, the yield's less. So the sugar is, if you were to sort of work out, is probably one of the best giants ones in the game, as I know myself, because it's what I went into on Horbeleron, and also then I came on this map, did it again, and we also went into more sugars. We did the sugar cane and the sugar beet, so it was quite amazing. Anyway, yeah, I've bent your ear for long enough, so yeah, truly do hope you'll join me on all the Let's Plays. I'm hoping in FS25 to do a little bit more tutorials than I have done. I've sort of been very much, I do love creating content. I do love the episodes and showing the farming element of it. I'm still going to do that, but I would like to do a few more tutorials, but I've got to learn the game first, really. So, yeah, hope you join me. Well, we're not finished with FS22 yet, so yeah, I hope you join me on the few. I'm still doing quite a few shorts, because I always struggle on a Friday night. Yeah, I can't always face something like combined counters. It's a monster. You always got the energy to do it, so I'll probably go off on a tangent and do 3 or 4 episodes of a little Let's Play, and then I'll come back to combined counters in the middle of the week, and I'll do 3 or 4 episodes of that. And I'm hoping to get that last Let's Play finished. Yes, because he is a bit of a monster. He's huge fields. So I hope you'll join me on combined counters and the little short runs that we do, just to sort of show off the map, because there are still maps dropping even now this late in the game. They are still dropping. So yes, hope you join me on other Let's Plays, and all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.